What if I told you that stress eating doesn't have to ruin your progress, you just have to do it right? Yes, I teach people how not to stress eat, but I also do it sometimes. I'm only human, I'm not perfect. It comes down to being structured and not impulsive, and you can still maintain a lean physique year round and still be healthy while planning a binge. The reason why most people fail is because they have no structure to their binge. They're just impulsive. They're like, I want pizza, I want donuts, I want ice cream, like all this at once because first of all, they've stuck to a diet that they cannot sustain, they do not enjoy, and then they end up binging because they want to feed and just get this dopamine surge from all this food that they actually like. So the first step is actually fixing your diet and your structure around your actual meals that you eat and making it sustainable. Then now I'll use myself as an example. So yesterday I had like a cheese quesadilla, but I made it so that I structured it in a way where I'm still on track and I'm not overindulging too much. So what I did first thing, a beverage that is 0 calories. So I used iced sparkling water because it's gonna fill me up quicker. It's gonna still satisfy my cravings. Now you could do like 0 calorie soda, whatever you want, but make it low calorie. Now the second thing, instead of using a high carb tortilla, I used a low carb tortilla. Third, instead of using full fat cheese, I used low fat cheese. I added in a protein source that I enjoy, which was flavored tofu. And then the one thing that I really just like, kind of splurged on a little bit was Doritos. But now, if we take a look at the whole structure of that meal, I'm having a low carb, basically quesadilla type of thing with my protein. I'm still getting my protein because I have the tofu, and I'm filling myself up with a beverage that is 0 calorie and it's not going to make me go off track. And by the time I have all of that, because there's a good amount of volume to that food already, like when I'm eating the chips, it's like, it's not that much, and I can basically structure the rest of my days or my other earlier meals around in a way where I'm having a little bit less carbs because I'm going to be adding a little bit more carbs from the chips essentially. Now this is just one example, but there's multiple ways you can do this and with other things, and there's a lot more details that depending on the person and their lifestyle and like what they crave that we could get into, but you can plan your binges in order to actually stay on track. But the first thing is actually get your diet to where it's actually sustainable and enjoyable for you so that you're not just struggling throughout the entire week just trying to stay on track. One more thing I forgot to mention is the biggest problem with all of this is that these emotions that you experience after you do the binge, especially when it's not controlled, like shame and guilt and all these like low vibrational emotions essentially. This is truly what's keeping you in this loop and in this cycle. I'm going to throw up this chart just to show you, but look at guilt and shame. Those are the lowest vibrational frequency emotions that you can experience. Now, what I've talked also about nervous system regulation, but if you look, you're going to be in a more contracted state, which essentially means that your nervous system is not regulated and you're just going to keep repeating this pattern and just keep going on in a loop. I don't experience the guilt and the shame when I do this because I know it's planned, I know it's structured, and I know exactly what's happening. It's not like the next day I'm waking up and gaining like 5 pounds. I'm still on track and I know how to adjust whatever I need to. So you can do this in a way where you actually experience joy and like, enjoyment basically, which are higher emotional frequencies.